All right, Ms. Thorpe, so please share with us what type of symptoms you had and how long you suffer with them.
Well, they were progressive over years, several years, but it got to the point that my blood pressure was low, so low that I was fainting. Whether I was standing up, laying down, I just simply couldn't come to consciousness, and I had given up driving. I had stopped driving. My husband was driving me everywhere. I was absolutely feeling terrible. I had stomach reflux also that was just almost debilitating. Water would make me have this terrible pain in my chest. I actually had been hospitalized a couple times, like thinking it was a heart attack.
You also had some heart pounding issues?
Yes, I had heart palpitations, irregular heartbeat, which would almost be hard to breathe when it would get, real irregular. I'd gone to a heart doctor. I'd gone to so many doctors.
And you had a thyroid problem as well?
Yes.
Right? How long did you have that?
I've had that ever since I was small, actually. It was due to the exposure to the radiated iodine from the power plant. But I just was feeling terrible. I was not functioning, and this was a desperation move, actually. My husband saw the ad in the paper, and he said, "There's this thyroid seminar, why don't you go see?" And so I did.
Okay, so what improvement have you noticed since we started? And it's not even 3 months yet.
It absolutely, the difference between night and day. My blood pressure is remaining up, it's remaining stable.
Just give it a sense, what was it before, when it was low, and what is it now?
It was running in between 80 and 90 over 45 and 50.
Wow.
It was really very low.
Yeah.
And at that time, my blood pressure was really low. I was very dizzy.
And you've been to cardiologists and specialists.
I've had the full workup.
And what did they tell you about what's causing it?
Well, basically they told me with the heart palpitations and with that sort of thing that some people just have it, and it's not dangerous, you're not going to die from it, it's just uncomfortable. Well, it was more than uncomfortable. If you're experiencing those symptoms, if your heart's always, then you're always focused on your heart.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to think about your heartbeat.
Sure. Yeah.
So
they didn't really offer any explanation for what was causing it?
No.
And therefore there was nothing really done?
No treatment, nothing offered in that respect.
So what type of improvement have you felt?
100%. My blood pressure, I haven't fainted since I started the program. I'm back driving again. I feel absolutely wonderful. I can't even begin to describe how much better I feel.
One thing we forgot to mention, also chronic back problem.
Yes, yes, a lot of back pain.
How did that affect you? Like, what were you not able to do?
Well, every morning when I got up, I had to sit on my heating pad to loosen up a little bit.
Before
I was in a lot of
going.
pain. Yeah, I couldn't bend over, couldn't put my clothes on until after I'd loosened up a little bit.
And you've been to chiropractor.
I
You've
go
been trying to fix it. You didn't ignore the problem.
Oh no, absolutely not. I've been going to chiropractors regularly, on a maintenance type of thing for, I'd say, probably 15, 20 years.
And it helped some.
Yes, absolutely it did. But my lower back never did get totally straightened out. And with what you did with the treatment of the muscular intervention of retraining my muscles and putting it in and keeping it in, I'm just getting so much stronger and using my core.
How about like the cognitive aspect of it, like the brain fog and things like that?
Much better.
Well, was that a problem before?
That was a terrible
How did that
problem.
affect you before?
I couldn't wake up. Like in the morning, I get up and I just sat there almost like in a daze, while on my heating pad, because my brain was so foggy. In the morning, there was a problem. I just couldn't seem to come fully awake. And I would stay in that state for quite a while, actually. And then I'd start to, be able to function a little bit later on, but never felt well. Never felt well.
Okay. And so the back is much better now?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So not as stiff in the morning? Okay.
Yeah, I get up out of bed, I can move, I can get dressed.
How about energy level?
Well, I have energy now.
Mhm.
I have energy now.
What was it before? Like on the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what was your energy level before and what is it now?
I'd say my energy level was maybe in between 1 and 2.
Mm.
If I did function during the day, I did do some things and I had to recover like a couple, 3 days it
Sure.
would take to get, I had such a small reserve.
Yeah.
Now, we went on vacation, I walked all around and I'm doing
Wow.
my housework.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And digestions?
No
improved?
problems with that.
Okay.
I've not had any trouble with that since I started the diet.
How much weight did you lose, by the way?
I've
Any
lost
changes?
about 22 pounds so far,
Wow.
but I'm sure it's going to continue down because now my energy level is so good.
Yeah.
I can actually exercise and get
Sure.
on my treadmill and walk a little bit.
So what do you feel like is the biggest difference between our approach and other doctors' approach? You'd be a chiropractor, a medical doctor, or whatnot.
Well, it works. It actually works. Through the approach that you've taken to my brain,
Mm-hmm.
to my physical, to my mental, everything,
Mm-hmm.
it works. I've just simply gone from non-functioning to feeling almost normal
Wow.
again.
That's awesome.
Oh, it is awesome.
And then the diet part, was it difficult to change your diet? Was that hard to give up certain things to feel better?
No, the idea of doing it was more difficult than the doing it. But it took maybe 2 days, 3 days, and I noticed the benefit to it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm simply going to do this
Right.
always.
So it
Yeah.
becomes a permanent lifestyle
Yeah,
change.
it's going to be a permanent. I'd never want to go back to being as sick as I was. I was very sick.
Yeah. That's great. What a great story. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome, Dr. Khan. Thank you for getting me back into functioning.
Okay.